Eric Rataczak. I'm an outfielder for the Beloit Sky Carp, and I'm from Minnesota. Yeah, it's a long one. I've played baseball my whole life, but going into college, it was a more winding path than most. I didn't play my freshman year. I went to the University of San Diego. Then after that was the COVID year, and I took that year completely off of school and baseball and everything. Um, so I hadn't played any college baseball through the first 2 years out of high school. And then during that COVID year, I played for a postgraduate team by my house called Minnesota Postgrad. And that gave me the chance to kind of keep going and rediscover the love for the game. And also put to use some added strength that I had developed a little later than most. Um, then from that postgraduate team, I played junior college. I went to a junior college in Wabash Valley, in Illinois, called Wabash Valley. Um, Played there for the fall and then transferred due to just playing time reasons, really. They had a guy in the spot that I was trying to play at, and I felt like I was too old to be on the bench at a JUCO. So I went to Arizona Western after that for the spring season. Played there, did all right. Didn't have the power numbers that a guy for my play style needed to really get looked at by anywhere noteworthy. Waited for any good options to call during that summer. Never got anything that felt worthwhile. I was a pretty good student too, so I didn't want to go to a NAI somewhere that wouldn't really get me a good degree, and just for the pursuit of baseball at kind of a lower level. So around August that year, I found myself with nowhere to play. Ended up going back to the University of San Diego, again as a student, not affiliated with the team at all. I played club baseball there both years. So I played that whole junior year of college club baseball at San Diego. And then the next summer had the chance through some random Twitter connection to go play for a team in Canada in the WCBL called the Brooks Bombers. Had a great summer there. Really enjoyed it. Really played well. Kind of found my power stroke and was up there in a lot of the league standings for some of those numbers, and was fortunate enough then to get seen by Niagara University, which is where I ended up going last year. They were able to kind of fight through the compliance issues that someone with my route would naturally have and give me a chance to play. So that was my first NCAA year, mid-major D1. Played there last year, did really, really well. Late 23-year-old breakout season, but was super fortunate to get that opportunity, and I'm forever grateful to those coaches for the chance. And then that summer, last summer, played in the draft league after playing at Niagara, which is a summer ball team kind of on the East Coast, or summer ball league on the East Coast. And between the stats at Niagara and the stats from that summer, was able to get picked late in the draft last year, and was on the fence. I was in the transfer portal and had committed to Tennessee, so defending national champions, my favorite big personal fan of the school there, the coaches there. So I was really excited about that. But then the call comes on the draft day, and it's kind of, take it or leave it. And as someone who was already 24 at that point, no, 23 at that point in time, pretty old for the draft. So I figured I had to take it if I wanted to look at pro ball seriously at all. And so took what they offered, signed in July, and then finished the rest of the year in Low A down in Jupiter, and then now I'm here this year in High in Beloit. Yeah, I mean, until now, really, I've never really been good enough. I mean, like everywhere I went, I wasn't really good enough. It was always just good enough to get a chance, not really good enough to be the guy, So the only thing that kept me going was that it's what I really enjoyed to do. It sounds cliche, but at any of those JUCOs or wherever I was, playing baseball was always the best part of it. When I was at San Diego, after I didn't get any offers out of JUCO, I felt myself every day like missing the competitive outlet and taking club ball way too seriously, taking intramurals way too seriously, playing intramural softball, and probably making some people mad for some of the actions on the field. But yeah, it was just like it's always where I felt most comfortable. I love to hit. I'm gonna hit once I retire as just a pastime, like people play golf or like people go fishing. Like that's just what I love to do. So really, you just if you enjoy doing it, you're gonna give yourself the chance for there to be an opportunity. I'm not gonna say that it's gonna get you to the top level because you never know with that, but if there's any chance of that happening, if you just keep doing it, that's how you're gonna keep that door open. I like it. I mean, it's a brand new ballpark. That's super nice. I'm from kind of the Midwest region originally, so I'm pretty comfortable with the weather up here and all of that. So it doesn't bother me as much as some of the more southern guys. Um, but I like it. So the field's been really good. The atmosphere has picked up a lot since the weather's gotten better. Now that we're getting some more fans, so it's been fun. Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you have good team chemistry, it helps everybody's game. And I think our team chemistry has been growing throughout the year. I think at the beginning, there, there's been some growing pains with it, but I think as we continue to spend more time together and play more games, it's getting better and better. So I think as that improves, everybody will just feel more comfortable, and that'll show on the field. It's a good question. There's really not a lot of time. Fortunately, a lot of the off days are spent just like doing laundry and cleaning the house and getting groceries and stuff. But when I have the chance, I like to fish. Haven't been out and around here yet, but am hoping to do so. I like music. I like to play the guitar, so I do that sometimes. Um, and just kind of spending time with people, whether it's teammates or people outside of the team, doing things non-baseball related, whether it's going out and playing pool or something, or hanging out with somebody new and meeting new people. Just anything to kind of take your mind off baseball for a day helps you reset and come back for the next week better. It's a good question because there are a lot of rough days. More rough days probably than good days. Um, I like to think about myself as a kid and how that's so many kids around here and so many kids around minor league baseball, and how they look at us and see us in positions that they want to be in. And then on top of that, I like to think about all the support that my parents and my family have given me. And when you think about it from that standpoint, it's not so much the performance, it's more about how you carry yourself. And so you realize that when you're acting as a role model for kids, and when you're trying to live up to the support that family and loved ones have given you, that it's really more about how you respond to adversity and to the bad things than it is about the performance. And so I think it helps me kind of remember that it's bigger than a game. It's kind of what a lot of people look up to in a certain way, at least a lot of, if you were a kid like I was. And so we kind of owe it to those kids and to those families to carry ourselves well and to lay it on the line, even when it's a blowout game or even if you're over 4 or whatever. Like, they would do anything to be in that situation. The family is so proud of you being there that it's selfish to kind of be upset and let performance issues get you down. It's the better thing to do is to support them back, is to keep playing hard and to not let that stuff get to you. A new hobby? That's a really good question, and I should really find some new hobbies. I just don't have the time to do anything. I don't know what I would say. I'd love to start hunting again. I grew up hunting and fishing all the time, but have been at school or baseball or whatever for all the hunting seasons. So I'd love to get back to that. But yeah, I really should have more balance in the lifestyle. There's just not really time to. So let you know when I figure it out. Well, I don't know what I would tell myself necessarily because I didn't know it was coming, but what I like to tell people who are recently diagnosed, especially people who are athletes, um, like obviously you get diagnosed and it's scary and you think that it's like a big health issue and everything, but the reality is that you're at your worst before you get diagnosed. So if you're managing to hold it together on the field or off the field at all before you get diagnosed, getting the diagnosis is actually good news because now you know how to fix it. Because when I got finally diagnosed and was prescribed insulin, I mean, I went from in college my freshman year. I remember I was keeping a sleep journal because I woke up every day feeling terrible, and I was like, I slept 8 hours. So I was trying to figure it out, like why do I feel so bad all the time? Obviously, it's because I was diabetic and didn't know it. Um, but it was like a light switch. Like I gained weight. I gained 20 pounds in a month of muscle. Good weight. I was skinny as a rail. I was my same height, 6'3", but 165 pounds when I was diagnosed. Gained 55 pounds over the course of the next year and a half. And obviously, when that happens, the on-field play explodes because you actually have the strength to keep up with everybody else. So anyone who's newly diagnosed, and I guess my 19-year-old self, like that's the worst it's going to get. So like everything ahead is going to be great. Like be excited because it's going to start clicking really soon. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like it should be seen as good news. I think really because you can't undo it. You can't become not diabetic with type 1. So getting that information is the best thing that can happen because it's going to allow you to get your body healthy. And if you manage it right, it's really not all that significant on your life. I mean, there are, day-to-day things that are bothersome, but like I said, you can't become undiabetic. So once you know, that's like it should really be seen as a good thing. There are so many stories of athletes like myself. I mean, Mason Miller is the biggest success story, the closer for the A's. He was pitching D3 and same thing, got put on insulin, gained a bunch of weight, started throwing 100, is now one of the best pitchers in baseball. So like, and there's so many guys all over the league where, I mean, the diabetic guys are really like pretty physical most of the time. So I think you should see it as a, like, the playing field was, it's like you're swinging a weighted bat. Like, now they finally took the weight off, took the brakes off, and you can play up to your full potential. So. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Mason Miller, Adam Duvall was the first one that I knew of. Um, there's a guy in the league in our Midwest league right now, Jaime Ferrer with the Twins affiliate, who was a big standout player in the College World Series at Florida State. Um, Looked up to him and have been lucky enough to get to know him now a little bit through playing him. I think if there's anyone else specifically. Garrett Mitchell, I got a chance to work out with Driveline this offseason. He's outfielder with the Brewers. All those guys, I mean, they're just showing they're all of us are just proof that it's not really too much of a hurdle in the athletic scheme of things. The transition from high school to college, I learned how important sleep was. I didn't sleep very much in high school and thought I could get by. But now I really try and take care of that and be consistent with it, and it makes all the difference. Same thing with eating, making sure you have enough food. Those are like a lot of people get caught up in all the high tech, the new stuff for in terms of recovery purposes. But if you're not eating and sleeping right, it's not going to do much good. Like those are the big ones, and they can really change how you feel. So taking care of those is a must, and I definitely didn't figure that out until college, probably. So. Not really. I'm kind of anti-superstitious. I mean, I jump over the line. Everyone jumps over the line, right? That's the baseball classic. It's not really a superstition, more it is tradition, I think. But I'm kind of, like I said, anti-superstition. I will, um, like I always say, I never get injured, and people always say, "Don't say it." Like, you're gonna get hurt, and or I haven't broken my bat in 6 weeks or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna break one. I like just saying it because I don't really believe in it, and I think it's more within my own hands than it is in the hands of something else. So I kind of just tend to not be. Number one reason, there's a lot of good reasons. Um, I mean, the field's great. The more people, the better. So if you come, it's more likely to be a good atmosphere because that's one more person. Um, the level of play is really, really, really high. A lot of people don't appreciate the level of play of minor league baseball. I think I mean, very, very high level baseball, and there are guys at every level who can do things that you see in the majors. It's just a matter of how often they put it together. But it's a really impressive product on the field, um, and I think it's good to be outside and to get off TikTok. Best friend on the team? Oh, I can't pick one. Michael Snyder and I have been, we've lived together on and off throughout the draft process because we're in the same draft class. Um, I don't know. We just like making fun of each other.